Okay, so now we looked at some of the basic features on the tripod. Now let's get it set up. So as you saw before, we can pull these legs out, sit it on the table, and as you can see, here's our knob on the side to control up and down. We have that lever to put the camera on right here. We can also swivel back and forth with the use of this knob. And then like before I showed, there's this knob on the side, which you can loosen, that will then even raise that up and then raise it back down again. I'm not going to go all the way up because we'll go out of frame, but we will lower this down like so, and then tighten this up here on the side. Okay, so now how do we actually get the camera onto the tripod? Well, you'll see right here, this is what's called a quick release. This is a great feature. Any tripod you buy, it should have one of these on here. And what the quick release does is it gives you the ability to loosen the knob on the bottom right here, and then this comes off, which is great. So what you can do is you can put your camera on top of this quick release. It mounts onto here and then goes right back onto the tripod. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab a camera right here. This is our camera from before, our Nikon D7500. And if you remember, you'll see right here at the bottom, you'll see this little tripod thread right there. And then you'll see right here on the quick release, there is a thread right here and it screws right in. Now, just like anything else I've ever said, do not force anything on. If you're struggling with it, just let me know. We'll be glad to help. But you'll actually see on the bottom of this quick release, it actually will say lens and it has an arrow. So it's actually telling you what direction you need to put this onto the camera. So if your camera's sitting and this is the lens, it should show the arrow and it says lens like it does here, lens going this way. So let's just illustrate that here. So here's my camera and the lens is going up this way. So we're going to see on the quick release, it says lens and it shows an arrow going upward. So what we're going to do, we're going to line it up with the thread, and then you'll see this little knob right here. Okay, you flip this up, and then what you do is you just screw it in. You just keep twisting. Okay, now you want to make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, so once that's on there, and just like I said before, you want to snug that on. You don't have to go crazy. You can get it on there pretty tight. And then you flip this down and essentially it's ready to go. And if you take a look at the bottom, you'll see the lip right here where that's going to meet up with the tripod. Okay, so one more time, you take a look. You'll see here's the quick release to take it off. It's the same procedure. You flip this up and then you loosen it, and it does have threads in it, just like a screw would. And then it comes right off, okay? This has a nice soft base on the bottom so the camera doesn't move around too much. So we're just gonna make sure, once again, this is my lens going up. This has the bottom where it has the lens arrow pointing in the same direction. And we're going to usually have an extra finger to hold that in place. And then you screw that on, okay? So now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this on top of the tripod. So now we're going to switch over to a different view so you can get a better understanding of how this links onto the tripod.